All right, today we're going to continue on in Chapter 7 on our object snaps and object snap tracking with this particular exercise. This is number 5 in Chapter 7 of our book. It is a table base that we're kind of making where we have 4 legs of the table, kind of making a X shape, and we got little quarter-inch circles in the center at the end of each leg to kind of represent some leveling seats there for the table to help level the table as we go. So as in any drawing, we're going to start with our units. So I'll type in units. I want this to be decimal. If you click down the drop down arrow, we'll go ahead and click this to be decimal. I have several different precisions. Again, 1 place, 2 place, 3 place, so on and forth. As far as decimal, we just want a 2-place decimal on this one. Our decimal degrees in the angle is what we want with a precision of 0, so that's fine. We'll go ahead and click OK. I'm going to real quick set our limits on this drawing. The lower left-hand corner will be a 0, 0, so I can just use in my dynamic input, tab over. And then of course here in my upper right hand corner we're going to set this to be 48 in the X and 32 in the Y. Now notice I kind of set everything up that way. We'll do a zoom all, so type in zoom and then hey for all, and we click. Now on my status bar, my grid mode isn't on. Neither is my snap mode. So I'm going to turn my grid on here just for a second. We're going to go into our drafting settings. So I'm going to click on that arrow right there for snap settings. And in the case of this particular one, we want to use the snap and grid tab. So, and we're going to change this to polar snap with a polar distance of 0.7. We'll make that polar distance 1. So, and we're going to go right on over into the polar tracking here. We'll turn polar tracking on, and we want, notice we have different increment angles. In this case, it's going to be 45 degrees. So, then in the object snap line here, we're going to make sure that endpoint, midpoint, center is correct. On all of those, don't need anything else. I'll go ahead and take off intersection and tangent. I don't need those right now, and just click OK so that we have that ready. Now, so down here on the status bar, we're going to see our display drawing grid on. You can turn that on or off if you want. We've got our dynamic input. We have the polar tracking right here set for 45 degrees. And our object snaps are not on right now, so we'll go ahead and turn those on. Just clicking this, you see those are the ones that I have highlighted for my object snaps, and object snap tracking is right next to it, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that too so that all of those are active and I can draw with them. Now, at this point, this is going to be a lot easier, so I can come down here with my line, and according to what we're looking at, it tells us to put the first point here at 25, 16, x 25, y 16 is our first point. Now notice with polar tracking on, at this point all I have to do is type 12 and it places it 2 place and back this way 12, so we'll tab over and it actually tracks right there and gives me exactly what I want. So if you make a mistake, just kind of go back in, hit undo. You can still get that in there. 12 is our length, and this of course is right here at 25, 225, so 12 at, oh, I'm messing up, 12 inches at 225, and there we go. So hit cancel to get out of that. Now, it also wants a 1/4 inch diameter hole placed right here at the end of this. So in order to do that, we'll go ahead and create a center diameter. And because we have object snap going, I can come from this endpoint, bring that over to this endpoint. Notice it places it right there for me. All I have to do now is enter the diameter of that circle. And there is this particular part. Now, at this point, I can track the other lines as well. So back to our create a line. So I'm going to go ahead and shut my grid off just for now. We'll pick up on this endpoint, and we're going to go 12 at 135. Come back over here. This is going to be 2 at 225 again. Back 12 now at the 315. So I'll just type that in. Notice how easy this is for me to just kind of real quick get these in here, and I'm keeping all of these in. I'm just entering the length of this, moving it to where it's angled the way I want it to be, and it's real simple to kind of come back up and get all of these in here quickly and efficiently. So it doesn't take much time at all. Come back here now with the circle diameter. Again, I'm going to object track there, comes in 0.25 is the diameter. So I just hit enter. So I will right click, go to repeat circle, come down to this one, track those two midpoints. So I got it, and it should be the same. I just at this point have to click enter because I've already entered the 0.25 in there. Back right click, repeat circle, track this, come over and track that, and enter. And I've drawn the complete table legs here at that 45 degrees using object snap tracking, and my polar tracking as well to get me this drawing real quick and efficient. So go ahead and give it a try, practice it. Practice all of these different tools that you have down there so you can use them to draw the most efficient way possible. You'll get more work done, be able to produce a lot more.